In this video, we are going to talk about the different forms that has to be prepared by the presiding officer on the poll day. This is the appointment of the polling agent for the polling station. The polling agent represents a candidate. So, the candidate has to sign this form. He should write the person for whom he is giving the polling agent's charge for that particular polling station. So, when the polling agent reports to the presiding officer, he will bring this appointment letter in which the signature of the candidate must be there. And the signature of candidate specimen is given to the presiding officer along with the materials given by the ARO. In this form, the top half has the signature of the candidate along with the signature of the polling agent. In the lower half, declaration of the polling agent to be signed before the presiding officer. This should be done by the polling agent. The top signature of the polling agent is done in front of the candidate. The second portion signature is done in front of the presiding officer when he reports at the polling station. This is the declaration by the presiding officer before the commencement of the poll. A few details only are required. That is the name of the polling station, serial number of the polling station, date of the poll. And election is from Puducherry Parliamentary Constituency. This must be signed and kept with the presiding officer. At the lower half of this form, the signature of the polling agents who are present there must be obtained. If some polling agent is not willing to sign, such person's name should also be written. This is the form to be filled by the presiding officer if during the poll day another voting machine is taken. There again they have to fill the basic data, that is the parliamentary constituency's name, the polling station's number and name, and the date of the poll. And this certificate, it is mentioned that the mock poll is also held. In this signature also the presiding officer must sign at two places, and all the candidates' agents who are willing to sign must also be obtained there. And those who are not willing, their names should also be written. This is the declaration at the end of the poll. Here again, write the date, write the time. Normally, the actual time at which the poll was closed. If there is no person in the queue at that point of time, generally it will be 6 p.m. Put the signature of the presiding officer, should put his signature, get the signature of all the polling agents who are available at that point of time. Similarly, if they have declined to receive letters to copy, write the name of such candidates. So there are two places where the presiding officer has to sign. This is the declaration after sealing of the voting machine. After the election has been over, when the machine is kept back into the carrying case, it has to be sealed, an address tag has to be placed, and the signature of the candidates' agents who are available there, their signature also must be taken. Next, this is the letter of complaint to the SHO. So this is normally given when the identity of a person who is impersonator challenge has been established, and such person who is an impersonator has to be handed over to the police. For this, a formal letter of complaint to the SHO must be written. The name of the person, etc. is a basic thing to be sent, the signature of the presiding officer, and it should be handed over to the SHO, Station House Officer. This is the form of declaration by an elector about his age. If a particular voter comes and if you have doubt that he is of underage, then this is a declaration that has to be obtained. Normally, in the present situation, such cases are very, very rare. This is the declaration that has to be given by the companion of a blind or infirm voter. So the constituency number, the assembly constituency number of ours is 29 bar, whatever be your booth, then write the booth number, then that that is the companion who is coming, he has to write his name, write his address, and then he should also say that he has not acted as a companion on the particular day of the election, and he has to say that he'll keep the vote as recorded as secret of the particular voter. So that is the next thing. Signature of the companion should be obtained. This is the form that has to be filled with respect to persons who are visually impaired, and such persons voters list also has to be submitted. And these are the details. As usual, you write the polling station number and then fill in the forms. This is one of the most important certificates to be filled. That is called the mock poll certificate. Here, this certificate that the presiding officer's name should be written, the polling station, the number, and the time of conduct of the mock poll should be written. It is because it will be there in the CU also, so that number should be correct. And it is not the starting time of the poll, it is the mock poll time. Then the date, and then write the CU number, BU number, VPAT number. All this can be filled in the day before itself. The number of votes minimum should be that is to be cast as 50. If you have done 50 only, keep it 50. And also nota button should have been filled. The name of the list, there is a manual list. There is a number of votes cast during mock poll, number as per CU, number as per the VPAT, and are they tallying or not. In most cases 100% will tallying, so you have to write yes. Fill all the details. After that, after the sixth point, they write the name of the polling agents who are present there, get their signature, and then also sign. This copy has a very important certificate. Please keep it very carefully. In case no polling agent was there, there's after the or part you can just read. At the time schedule for the mock poll, no polling agent was present, and therefore after waiting for 15 minutes, I conducted the mock poll along with the other polling staff. This has to be written and cited, but such situation is very, very rare. This is the declaration that has to be obtained from the voter. If somebody says that I voted for a particular candidate and the VPAT slip was for some other, generated was for some other candidate, so the voter has a doubt, and therefore it needs a test vote, and that test vote, the person can be permitted to do the test vote only after he signs the certificate where he is saying that he is aware of the penal provisions of section 177 of the IPC. And if he is making a wrong statement, and if it is found that his claim is wrong, then he is bound to be having imprisonment of 6 months along with a fine. So this has to be read to him, and then he should get a signature from the person. Then and after that only the test vote must be conducted. This is a declaration from voters whose name is found in the ASD list, that is absentee shifted dead list. So such persons, we should get a declaration from them. This is the polling agents or relieving agents movement sheet. That is, at a particular point of time, only one candidate's agent, polling agent, can sit inside the polling station. If he has to move out some other person, a relieving agent has to come. At that point, every point of time, this entry should be made. A particular person goes out, when he is going, and when the new person is coming. This is the Form 17A, Register of Voters. These are the details that is required. The name of the polling station, the electoral part number of the electoral roll, that will be mentioned in the marked copy of the electoral roll, that has to be mentioned. Serial number 1 is the continuous number, printed number, you cannot change that number. Then the serial number electoral as per the electoral roll. When it is being read out loudly, you have to write that number also. Details of the document. If he is producing the identity card, EPIC card, then just write EP. If he is bringing any other document, write the name. If it's Aadhaar card, write Aadhaar card, write the last 4 digits. If he is bringing a passbook, for example, here we have mentioned SBI, then write SBI passbook and write the last 4 digits, and get the signature. If a person who's coming to vote as an EDC voter, that is election duty certificate voter, then it should mention in the remarks column as EDC voter, and at every page, the lower last corner, the signature of presiding officer must be there in all the pages. This is Form 17B. 17B is for the tendered votes, that is if a person's vote has been cast by somebody else and the voter comes later on, and because his vote has been done, he is made to give his vote on a ballot paper. So such persons are called as tendered ballot votes, and this tendered ballot votes should be mentioned in this particular Form 17B. In the 17B, the name of the elector should be there, serial number in the electoral roll as per the electoral roll, then serial number in register. Suppose a person who has voted for him search out from the register and write that number and get the signature of the voter.